All right. We're live. We're live. We're live. Yellow. Welcome to Tuga Tuesdays. We're going to review round 21. Every week I said this. It's going to be it was a fantastic, spectacular round. But this one tops every single round so far on the Primera Liga, the title race. He went absolutely cuckoo, man. Cuckoo, my God. It seems like everyone and everywhere and everything played in favor of Sporting Club this weekend. My God, what a fantastic round! I mean, if I were a Sportingista like this guy right here, right with the blue hat, right?
I said I'd wear the blue hat and the red.
He's making good. He's making good on the bet.
Yeah. He's spending his bet. All right.
Yeah.
But I got something special. I'm gonna say hi to everybody. Welcome, Mike D'Agostino. Welcome, Jason. Welcome, Derek Gomez. Thank you for joining us tonight. But as I promised you, I got something special for my Sportingista here. Hopefully, who cares about copyrights? Maybe they will mute it, but at least we have it here live now because I've been saying this since round 3. Right, and I
keep on reminding
my go-to team on this race. Yeah. So I'm gonna play this for my friend Derek Gomez here.
Yeah.
I can you do it now? That's the question. You kick off the show, Derek Gomez. Come on, man.
I believe can happen. Yeah.
That's all you're gonna say me? No, come on. Give me 30 seconds, man. Come on. Give me your 30 seconds on this fantastic round for you. Everything played out in your favor, man.
Yeah, no, it's almost looking like a PlayStation version of Sporting. Yeah. 5-2, 8-0, 5-0. It's almost like I'm playing Sporting on the PlayStation here. This is I was worried heading into it because, Braga does really have a good team. Braga beat us 3 weeks ago. It was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I was worried heading in, naturally. And I think that the way the game started, Braga was trying to basically repeat the script that worked for them 3 weeks ago, where they were playing deep. And they were going to hope to hold on for as long as they could and then get their chance. But they made that mistake in the 8th minute. It was Victor G's big mistake. And then, Sporting took advantage of that. And then you just got the sense that they never really recovered after that. And then Sporting really started to, push the pedal to the metal. And, to be honest with you, watching the game, and I messaged you, after they scored that 2-0, I really wanted them to keep on going. Suffocate these guys because they were there for the taking. I think they let them off the hook. I really do think that they took the foot off the gas pedal. And they let Braga into it. Not really much in the first half because Braga was still very, very tentative and very shaken in the first half. But, in the second half, you started seeing Braga come out of it a little bit. But, once they scored that third goal, at that point, Braga was just, they were 1 foot on the bus. They just wanted to get out of there. It was, it was an amazing victory. Like the fans were into it. It was an electric atmosphere. It's just huge win to get 3 points against those guys. Because those are one of the big 3 opponents that you face. And, now they're out of the way. You don't have to play them again. And Sporting took 3 points, 3 points from them. And, now we are, level on points at Benfica. And it's going to be an exciting 3 months.
Absolutely. Yeah. And speaking of messages, right? As soon as the Benfica game kicked off, I was like, is this the 11? Is this information? Is this what I'm seeing now? Is that Rafa as a center forward? Are you kidding me? And I messaged Mikey, right? Like, Mikey, do you see that?
I don't know if this is gonna work.
I just turned the TV on, man. So give me a 30 seconds.
I had the flu. I had no idea what was going on. I saw that and I said, "Oh, great." I go, if he's saying this to me, everybody else is going to be hammering me for this one. But I do know when they put the lineups up on the screen, they get the formation wrong all the time. He dropped out of the striker role. He played more as a 10, but on paper they put him there.
Right.
But I hadn't seen the pregame press conference the day before. I'd been sick, so I had no idea what was going on. I had no explanation. I didn't even really know what the team was going to look like. But I mean, I think the fixture congestion is on the manager's mind, and every game counts. The pitch was heavy. I think it had something to do with that, probably the waterlogged pitch. Benfica didn't deal well with the elements. That's for sure. The Vitória played a great game, and they played to the elements much better. They played simpler, and they were less affected by it. When you got Rafa and Di Maria trying to dribble through puddles, you're not going to go no matter how fast you are. That's the ultimate equalizer, and it took too long, really, to come out of that funk. But King Arthur rescues a point at the end of the match, and I'm hoping that's going to be the point that keeps this fight going. Because if we'd lost, okay, and not got the point, Sporting go a point ahead and a match in hand, they could easily put it out of that one game, distance. Yeah. When it gets to be more than 3 points, then it's out of your hands, and you start watching the scoreboard. Even though it's too early to do that, you listen to fans. This season ended back in week 3, so I mean, there's 13 finals to go, and at least the positive side for Benfica, if you win all 13, you will be the champion by the slimmest of margins. But that'd be a hell of a run to the season if it comes down to the last, what is it, third to the end when Benfica and Sporting play. Maybe sooner.
April, right? April.
It's April. It's earlier. It's April 7th. So, but anyhow, to get to that game and to keep it within a 1-game margin is now what becomes key to make that game that much bigger. Because if it goes beyond that, you got to do more than just go there and win, and do more than just beat Porto and beat Braga. So you got to get help as well. So that late goal, I think, kept me a lot more sane than I would be right now if it had been a 2-1 loss. But I said last week that it wouldn't shock me if this one ended a draw, because Vitória is that good at home, and I mean, you can't plan for that kind of pitch. But both teams played on it, and one played better than the other. It's just the way it was.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Now we're going with Jason. Jesus, Jason. Oh, no. Hopefully you didn't break anything. You didn't bring your TV. You break a window out of your place.
Almost smashed a lot.
That happened against Aroca. Give me your 30 seconds, and I'm gonna tell you what I said in the preview. All right. Go.
Yep. Center back's too old. We sold the center back who could be on the pitch. We still have no striker. We're still missing a creative midfielder. Nothing's clicking. The team's falling apart. And I don't know, maybe they stopped believing in Sergio, but it's not looking good right now. It's 2 bad results in a row. Last match, you could have called it a fluke, but this just shows you the cracks in the armor this week. You know what I mean? Like the match prior, you have like 20-plus shots. You have 2 goals called back, but this week you need to get the job done. You can't give up 3 goals, man. That's just disgraceful. I'm sorry. And then a minute into the game, like, what are you, just sleeping? You didn't warm up? I'm sorry. Like, what kind of mentality is that?
Yeah. I know. It was crazy. I did the preview with Albert from Long Ball Portugal, and I was watching the game. I was like, Nino, you should be, you're the new Ola May Brown, man, because you just predicted every single episode that happened in that game. Because I said on the preview, all right, because Albert said, you know what, I think it's going to be a statement victory for Porto. I think they're going to be winning 3-1, and they're going to be back in the mood, because basically because they were scoring a lot. I mean, they start scoring again, but then that last weekend it was just like a premonition of what's about to happen here with Aruca, which Aruca, our ball is so high. And what I was saying about the predictions on Ola May Brown, it's like I said this. I told Albert this. Look, Albert, I think it's going to happen, right? I think that Arouca is going to score first, and then Porto is going to score late in the first half. They're going to make it even, and then it's going to be a dramatic end of the game with Porto scoring late. But I thought Porto was scoring late to win, not to just get closer to the 3-1 and end up being 3-2.
Can't let up 3 goals, man. Too many mistakes.
And I also said this to Albert, is that look, if the 3 Spaniards are on fire, Porto has no business against Arouca.
Yeah.
And they were just from the get-go. Was it 35 seconds the first goal?
Yeah.
35 seconds is just ridiculous. And that was just that was the only part the against Arouca that I hold me back a little bit, is when they play Benfica, it didn't go well.
Yeah.
Right. When they play Braga, it didn't go well. So I was just like, all right, if these guys are going to perform that the way they perform against any other team, against Porto, if they do that, it's going to be a massive gain, and ended up being a massive victory. And also, I'm happy because Rafa Mujica got me points. So
Porto is decimated at the moment. Their team is just lacking in so many departments, and we talked about it before the season even started. Like, they just didn't fill any roles that they actually needed, and then even now, like, you're starting Fabio Cardozo, even though you have Otavio on the bench. Like, put the new kid, put Famalicão's kid in. Like, Fabio Cardozo cannot start. Like, he's a fill-in guy. I'm sorry, he's just not quality enough.
You know what?
He's not playing speak.
No, thank God.
Yeah.
Where's the Derek?
No, he got a
he
Can't
card.
play next week. Yep.
Got a red card.
Oh yeah, you got a red card. Yeah, that was the.
Thank God.
Hey.
Thank God. I'm grateful for that red card.
I bet that a lot of Porto fans were like, "Oh, at least you will have this guy next week." Huh?
Yeah, he got that on that 3rd goal.
Now
he danced.
Because I know there's a lot to play still. And you say everybody says the same thing. We know, but I was going backwards on the last 5 championships, and there was only one time the year before, no, the year after, the year after Sporting won. So it's the 21. What year they won?
22. Yeah.
No, the right after COVID, so it was the 2021 season.
Yeah.
21-22, right? Is that one?
I think it was 2021.
Yeah.
2021. So the next
one that
is
started in like October or something like that, right? The season started really late. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then the next one is the Porto. The Porto wins the next one, right?
Yes.
In that season, that's the only season that the champion, that was Porto, won the championship with 4 losses. Okay.
I think it was before that.
But in all these years, but in that year, Benfica, Sporting and Braga got 10 losses in that season. 10 losses, Sporting and Braga in that season. So what I'm saying is, in order for Porto to win this championship with 4 losses, something catastrophic has to happen with the 2 Benfica, the 2 Lisbon Giants, and I don't think it's going to happen.
To me, Porto's goal is to make the Champions League. They need to be focused, and that's their championship. Like, if you make the Champions League next year, you won your championship. At this point, you have to be realistic. Like, the league is gone. Like, it's between Sporting Benfica, and then maybe one team pulls ahead, and Porto needs to just keep their eyes on that 2nd place and can't slip up. But I don't know. I don't have too much faith in this team, but we'll see what Sergio has up his sleeve.
Absolutely. Now, my dear friend Derek Gomes, what was I going to say? Do you know what the only thing that I don't like about your Sporting is that they they got Marquitos on the bench. That's not that. I don't like that, man. I want Marquitos to play, but the problem is that Trincao is just
That's the
is
thing.
flying so high right now that now everybody's loving Trincao. Right before, not so much, huh?
Yeah, no, he's. I believe it's 6 league goals in the last 5 games. So yeah, Ruben's not gonna. Plus, he's a Braga man, so Ruben's been waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Ruben's been waiting for a Braga man to step up. So Trincão's won that spot. I think it all started because Marquitos got the flu, and Trincão had to step in, and he's been there ever since.
That happens so often.
That happens.
Yeah.
The guy steps in, they seize the opportunity,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, it's happened countless number of times.
Yep.
But I mean, he's justifying it. He played really well, against Braga. Another guy who's been justifying it, and he's defied the odds. He's sort of defied my expectations. Has been Quaresma. Quaresma has really stepped up in his role. He is very pacey for a center back, and that comes in handy. Especially when Sporting is pressing, and he can help on the attack. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw the game or saw the highlights. He did score the second goal.
Mm-hmm.
So these are just 2 examples of guys that are really making the most of their opportunities. I mean, obviously, hands down, I still think Marquitos is a better player. He's a more complete player. He's a more dynamic player than Trincão. But they're going with Trincão right now because he's the hot player right now.
Yeah.
Plus, it is good because now we start with this cycle of like playing every 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be.
Will be in the starting lineup. Trincão will be in the starting lineup. Porto will play up. Porto will play in the midfield. Now that Hidimas is back, so there's going to be some variations, but it's good to have Trincão in form because it starts Thursday, where we're going to be playing every 3 days, and every 3 days the game is going to be super important. Like Mike said, it's 13 finals for us. It's 14 finals.
Mm-hmm.
So we need all hands on deck. So to have Trincão play well right now, it's just gonna benefit the group, big time.
Now I said that everyone and everywhere and everything play for Sporting, and I'm not gonna take any single line of credit off your massive victory. But having said that, Braga play one of the worst games of the season in defense. We're going to talk about the defense of Braga in a minute, but that was one of the worst performances from Braga this season. And Vitória Guimarães played the best game of the season, and Aruca played the best game of the season against Benfica and Porto. So even that played out good for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not taking anything off your victory because well done, well played. If they play the rival is not playing good, I'm gonna smash you, I'm gonna crash you, I'm gonna destroy you. Okay, and that's what Sporting did. But on the other 2 fields, I mean the battles were completely different.
Yes,
completely different.
Yeah. I do want to say though, I mean, I know that we always talk about when our teams lose, points. We tend to reflect on our own teams. Like, if Sporting loses points, we'll talk about how Sporting failed. But I do think from what I saw yesterday and from what I've seen over the last couple of months, we have to start giving this Aroca team some credit here.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this wasn't his team.
Aroca.
Aroca.
We had this guy. It wasn't his team. Dennis came in. He came in end of November, so we had nothing to do with planning in the preseason, shaping this team. He came in at the end of November, and in 10 games in charge, he's got 22 points. And it's not they're not just barely winning these games. I mean, they're playing some fantastic football. They scored 3 goals yesterday, and I think everyone here can honestly say it could have been more. They had 2v1 opportunities. Diogo Costa made a big save on Mujica. They're playing really dynamic football. This guy has implemented a system. The team has an identity. Those counterattacks are freaking lethal. And every time it's just a quick transition. They get guys out wide. They stretch the defense. I mean, he's got those guys playing. I know right now, we've had some it teams this year. Boavista at the beginning was an it team. Estoril was an it team for a little bit there. So was Moreirense. And I think these guys are different. I mean, I really do think that these guys can sustain some success for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
I mean, aside from Benfica and Porto, this is the team I do not want to play. And we got to
play. When are you playing Aruca? When are you
playing March 10th, I think.
I'm serious, man.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's March 10th.
March 10th.
It's coming up. It's coming up.
I mean, look at
before the international break.
And I think this coach might be the next Portuguese coach. He was Villas Boas' assistant for I think 10 years. Mm-hmm. He's only 39 years old. He went to Gil Vicente last year, got them to stay in. They rewarded him by hiring Vita Campelos. I think they would like to have that one back. All right. And again, he takes over for Daniel Ramos. Aroca had lost 5 matches in a row. And now look what he's been able to do in a relatively short period of time. I think this is keep an eye on this guy and keep an eye on Aroca. That's
absolutely. No question. Now I got one more name on Aruca, and then we're gonna leave Jason alone because he's been suffering too much.
Let me say one thing. If Aroca continues this form, he'll be coaching at Porto next year. So.
All right. Look at that.
Listen. Villas Boas president, and he's coaching.
Man, what a bomb from Jason, man. Wow.
That's a bold prediction.
Yeah.
Man, the Villas Boas part is a bold prediction.
Yeah.
It's needed.
No doubt.
It's been needed 5 years ago.
No doubt.
Yeah, I've been sick of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just want to mention one more thing on Aruca is this. We are amazed by Jason, by Rafa, by what's the other guy, Cristian Gonzalez, right? But I think there's one more key element on this puzzle, and that's Molai Sila, man.
Yeah.
He's the connection. He's the guy that turns the lights off. He's the guy that fixes the sides. He's the guy that is in every single corner of the pitch, covering all the spots, all the potholes, and he's just been amazing. Molai Sila, man. Mr. Benfica, you mentioned about the pitch. Yeah, I don't know. I think the pitch it goes against both teams on this thing, right?
Yeah, but one team dealt with it and the other didn't. So I'm giving them credit. They played more simple, and it paid off for them.
But it's just about if you know that the pitch is like that. And I was looking at all those back passes. I was like, don't do that.
You don't do that, right? Right.
You hear me? Don't do those back passes. Right. Don't roll the ball. It's going to get stuck. They're going to get stuck.
Exactly. And it kept happening over and over and over. Someone at one point passed it back to a defender. It made it, I think, a quarter of the way there. And Vitória were in. They were in 3-on-1 because the ball didn't go anywhere.
Exactly.
You need some more awareness than players have to have accountability too. It's so easy to blame coaches in our culture, especially we were laughing about our culture before you got back on, but it's so easy to put all the blame on the coaches. Players need to take responsibility. You have to show up for these games.
Exactly.
This is one of the big games on the calendar for all of the contenders.
Yeah.
Away to Vitória Guimarães is a tough game. Yeah. Always tough. You have to treat that like you treat the Clásico and the Derby. There's no question about it. You have to go in like that. If you don't, again, the coach is not responsible for, you hitting the post when you're one-on-one with the keeper. The coach is not responsible for Antonio Silva not shifting and defending on Vitória's second goal. He stood there and watched the guy, didn't know what to do, took too long to make up his mind, and he left, the goal scorer open. And fans don't criticize him because he's from the academy, so he's untouchable. And I understand how good he is, and that's why I think I'm harder on him, because he's got potential. But this is 2 or 3 games in a row now where he's making a bad mistake that is either leading to a deadly chance or a goal for the other team. It happened against Vizela as well. He had a giveaway that was just midweek that was just, juvenile that he can't keep doing. Okay, you can't think that you have a 20-year-old or whatever he is center back that is already at the level of a Ruben Dias, where he's not there. He has a lot to learn still. And he cost Benfica 2 points in this match because he didn't know what to do. He didn't make a decision. He stood still. I know it's a hard decision, but you're at the top level. You got to make it, and you got to trust it and go. At least if he had committed one way or the other, you could say, I made the wrong decision, but I committed. This way, he stayed halfway. But it's like a goalkeeper that comes out halfway and then doesn't fully commit to getting the ball, and it ends up costing the 2 points. And it was only 2 points because, like I said, Di Maria managed to create a little bit of space to whip in a ball that Arthur was able to head in, or else it's a loss. And I mean, it's a catastrophe. I mean, they would have been coming home to stones being thrown at their bus, and it would have been a really bad.
It would have been really bad
if not for that. So, yeah, these things do happen. I mean, when you play this many games, they're not all going to go well, and it is just a fact. That's why you play 34 rounds, and the best team at the end is the champion. But you have to be more. The players have to kind of take responsibility for this, and they have to say, we didn't play well, or we didn't make good decisions. It was really the decision making. Should I try to dribble through this puddle and beat 3 guys, or should I try to put one over the top and let my guy run onto it? It's not always the prettiest play that wins. Sometimes you have to be more practical than you do pretty. And you see it more and more with top level players, that they have a hard time simplifying sometimes when the conditions aren't perfect. And they complain a lot when the conditions aren't perfect. And
then they complain, and every time that happens,
yeah,
I always think of this game from Ronaldo Nazario playing in Russia, in a horrible pitch and destroying teams.
Oh yeah,
right? Okay, don't tell me the pitch is bad.
That's why he's once in a lifetime. Exactly.
So, and speaking of spectacular players, of course, saving the distance, right? Because for first and foremost, for me, Ronaldo Nazario de Lima is on top of everywhere. It's my favorite player of all time. All right. Let's go down a little bit, maybe a lot. Jota Silva. All right. I think he is. He should be in the eye or on the radar of any of you guys, any of the big 3 for next season. Don't you think?
I mean,
nobody saw it. Jason will say yes.
I think he fits best there. I think he fits best with Porto.
Yeah.
Because the problem is our teams buy so many players in those positions, and those outside attacking. Yeah. So the room is limited, and I think he does probably slot into Porto best out of the 3 teams. But he's definitely a player that's ready to make that jump. In my opinion, at least, I think he's ready to make that jump.
Would love to have him there, right?
He was probably the best. He was probably the best for Vitória the other night.
Yeah, I think he was.
Yeah, great job of holding up the ball. Great job of holding up the ball. Great job of holding on to the ball. The ball off him. He made a great pass for the second goal. Really he's a solid winger. Mm-hmm. He kind of reminds me a little bit of Nuno Campos.
Yeah, I see the similarity.
Sporting in Porto, though I think Campos had a little bit more quality. But the guy's only 20 years old, so I think that this still he has margin of progression. He can become a really quality winger, at some point.
And I think Roger tried to plan for him, and that's why Morato played instead of Carreras, because Carreras is not in synchron as far as the defensive synchroncies. He's not up to date on that yet. He just arrived. He hasn't had to defend yet since he's been at Benfica. It's all about going forward.
Yeah.
So in this game, you needed a little more stability, and that's why I think Morato's played the game out there and probably reduced the damage. It probably would have been worse if he hadn't have been there. And I'm usually really hard on Morato because I don't know, a lot of people value him higher than I do, but I think in this situation, his skill set probably was the best we had to deal with that, because
the game,
a wing back would have left all that space back there for him, for Jota Silva to exploit. And you saw what happened when he gets into that right center channel coming in at goal. All he has to do is slap the ball on the ground for a late arriving midfielder, and it's tapped into the far post.
Mm-hmm.
That could have happened 2 or 3 more times if the defensive assignment hadn't been what it was.
Now, speaking of players, you know what? I was so shocked. Not shocked, but impressed on how much hate on Moutinho, Mr. Derek Gomez.
I wasn't surprised at all.
Was just
no,
like
that didn't surprise me.
Every single touch, the guy was like, moo. The entire stadium was hating the guy. Huh?
He's public enemy number 1.
Is he still Sporting's youngest ever captain, Derek?
He is, yeah.
He is. He's still their youngest ever captain, yeah.
And he tried, and he wanted to force his way out.
Right.
Yeah, it was, a complete lack of gravity.
I read the thing. Actually, I said on air that he was the rotten apple, right? That they don't want to play anymore.
I mean, we gave him his start. We gave him his reputation, his profile in football. We made him the youngest ever captain. He was sort of like this prodigy. Things weren't going well with Sporting. I'm used to that, but things weren't going well. And he wanted out. Because things, weren't going well. We got a Costinha. He was a player for FC Porto. We made him the sporting director. So Costinha went up to him and listened. It's like, I want to flip the page. I want a new chapter for Sporting. I want you to be a part of it. And then Moutinho just replied to him saying, hey, that's good that you want a new chapter, but I want nothing to do with it. He had that approach. He forced his way out. And the fans will never forget it.
And before that, he was a guy pointing to the badge, wasn't he?
He'll always be public enemy number 1.
Yeah.
I know that we gave João Mario a lot of shit when he comes to Avalon, but nothing compared to the feelings that we have for Moutinho.
Wow.
Braga lost 5-0. But most importantly, Moutinho lost 5-0.
Hey.
I love that.
I'm sure Porto and Benfica have their own guys.
Oh yeah,
that's our guy. That's our guy.
Nino, if Chelsea ever get back into Europe and Enzo ever comes back to the luge, he's gonna need bodyguards.
I bet. Yeah.
Ingratitude. We don't forget. We don't forgive ingratitude.
Yeah.
And that when he scored the goal, Enzo did the same thing, right?
He did the same thing in Chelsea. He did the same thing, and he did this. Okay.
Yeah. But I understand that because there were lots of rumors that they were saying that he wanted out.
Yeah.
And all that, and he said, and I saw the press conference for ESPN in Argentina. And he said, "Yeah, I mean, there's just lots of rumors, but I wanted to make sure. I want to make a statement that I'm happy here. I want to fight here. I'm gonna, everything."
Does he know
here.
that's a rerun? That we've already seen that episode.
Yeah.
I know. Now, speaking of, I want to keep pointing out players now. Jason, I'm going back to you in a second, because I just got this name, and you were. Not complaining, but saying that Morato is. I mean, that's all you have. And Carreras is in that position. How much do you miss Grimaldo?
Are you asking me? You said Jason.
Yeah. No. You.
Okay, I was getting confused because you said Jason.
I said Jason next. So.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously, look what he's doing in Germany. Yes. I mean, obviously we're missing him. There was a reason he went where he went, and he earned it. He owed us nothing after 8-9 years of good service, and quite honestly being poorly treated at times by fans, because he didn't want to stand out there and let them hurl insults at him and throw stuff at him. He was treated like he was some kind of pretty boy or some kind of playboy that didn't want to listen to the fans' abuse. But no, he was huge, and we used to build every attack down the left side, and we built the press. We forced them to the left side, and he was without him. That's a missing piece.
Defense
That's
assist
still
provider in the league.
one of the best assist providers in the league. Exactly, and we don't have that now. We're looking elsewhere, and we're trying to put pieces in there to do a fraction of what he did. So it's a process. I'm happy with Carreras. I think over time he's going to grow into being a solid, day in, day out left back. He's young too. He's got a lot of the good characteristics. He just has to play more and has to get used to his team. He has to mature a little bit and improve his defending. But Grimaldo didn't improve his defending until like the last 2.5 seasons. That was always the knock on him, was that defensively he was getting beaten in key games in the Champions League, again in the Clásicos against the better opponents. He was, until the last 2 seasons, really, he was kind of a liability defensively, but very good going forward. And then he figured it out, and now look at him. So yeah. I expect a similar trajectory for Carreras. It's a lot of pressure to expect him to be Alejandro Grimaldo. I don't know that we're going to see that type of player, but something that is an improvement on what we got there now, certainly. And I think he's gonna grow, he's gonna improve, and as long as he has the right manager there, and he keeps and they keep believing in him, I think he's gonna grow to be a top level left back that we'll probably sell and then have to start this process all over again in 2 or 3. I don't think anybody's going to stay as long as Grimaldo did. That's the thing. We were lucky to hang on to him for as long as we did. So,
Jason, I got a question for you. What do you watch again? Do you watch it at home? Yeah, by yourself.
I have to. I have to.
When I was in the States, I used to watch the Peru games by myself, in my room. Nobody else. I didn't go to the pub. No. I just stayed there. It's me, my jersey, and the TV. That's it. That was my
that's how I do it too.
I turn the commentary off. Don't tell me what I'm looking at. I know what I'm looking at.
Yeah. The reason I'm asking you this is where you were watching the game is because I can picture, I don't know, the pubs. I don't know, which pub do you go when there's a big game or something?
Just the local one, Philip Street Hall. It's a Portuguese pub in East Providence. That's it. But I haven't been there in a bit. There's too many Benfiquistas.
Oh yeah,
Porto fans don't exist
problem
over here. Yeah, Porto fans don't exist over here. I'm not in New Jersey. I'm in the Boston area. Yeah. Not too many Portuguese.
Yeah,
Rui's very popular with Benfica fans.
So I was asking you this because after the goal, right, that they post all four together doing the thing.
What a disgrace. Disgrace.
That kind of celebration is when you win it 5-0.
Against it's like when you win, like you're going to win the league or you won the cup or something. Like, what was that? To tie the game? Is this the new generation? Like, I don't know. I must be missing. I was flabbergasted. This is
playing
disgrace.
Too much FIFA.
What's the social media team? Yeah. Even posting that. If I was on the social media team, I'd be like, delete.
Right.
Like, what is that? We're just losing. Like, our team's not playing football, and we're just losing all football sense. Like, what is that nonsense? Who's running the marketing team over there? Fire him.
Now, among the players on the field, I know that we talk about a lot Chico Conceição, but he always steps up, right? He always shows up. He always, he shows the DNA of Porto. And despite the performances of the team, I'm really happy that he's stepping up in a difficult season, right? Because it's different when you shine, when everybody shines, that everything is going perfect. But when the things are not going well, the thing is just a continued struggle for the team.
Yep.
And you are the man on the team. That says a lot about Chico Conceição.
I agree. He shows a lot of heart. He definitely embodies the character. And you also got to throw some respect on Varela's name because the dude he's stone cold and plays hard, man. He deserves to wear that jersey too. He's another one. Game in and game out, never gives up. It's beautiful to see.
So you mentioned already all the issues for Porto, but what could you possibly do different on this game against Aruca? Well, first off, not considering that goal that early for stoppers, right? But
I think we need to change the formation. I mean, the system we run just doesn't work, man. I mean, we need to change something. The formation hasn't been working, and we've been running the same formation over and over for years. Teams understand what you're gonna do, and if we don't, our big guys up top, they're not good technically, and they're clearly not finishing. Tony Martinez had a sitter in the 6-yard box this past week, completely whiffed it. Any other forward would have that was a gift. I don't know, man. I think I think they really need to find a way to get 3 in the back, protect Pepe, right? Because he still has the brains. He's going to communicate. Get 2 solid guys around him. Get your wing backs up and down the pitch. And as soon as you win that ball, you guys are high and you commit to the attack. Either win all in or you lose all in. At this point, you just have to go for it.
And
we play so conservative. We play so conservative.
And that's what happened with Coates, with Sebastian Coates. When they were playing in the back 4,
yeah.
And Coates was out every other weekend, man. He got 1,500 red cards in 2 years.
Yeah.
Right? But then Amorim came up, and I was like, all right, guys. All right. You, big dude. You're going to be in the center.
That's it.
I give you 2 bodyguards, right?
Dude,
because
he's
you're
41.
Pitch, all right? And it works out perfect.
He's 41. Why are we not playing a 3-back? When we had Carmu thrives in a 3-back, and you're not going to give the kid a chance in a 3-back? What are we doing? Even if you didn't want to buy the kid, I don't know what's going on over there. It's a mess. It's a circus. If you guys want to buy tickets, go to Porto. it's a good show.
Yeah.
Mr. David Gomez, who's next on your schedule? Who's next?
We have Estrella de Maduro. Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
No. Okay.
Well, we got young boys, so we fly to Switzerland tomorrow. And
yeah,
then,
right.
Yeah, then on the weekend we got to go to Moreira de Cónegos.
And then you come back and you play Estrella, right?
Then we got the second leg.
Oh yeah, the
it's every 2 days now. It's gonna be nonstop.
You got lots of games coming up, man.
The game is important.
Lots of games coming up. Hey, Mikey, you play tomorrow, right?
Yep.
Tomorrow?
Yep. Against Toulouse.
Is that in Lisbon?
I believe so.
It is in Lisbon, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
First
in
leg's
Lisbon,
in
right?
Lisbon, yeah.
Yeah, Sporting's in Switzerland, Benfica's at home. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a fun game, man. It's gonna be a fun game against Toulouse. Totally see the high scoring game in that one.
Oh, and
3-2 or something like that.
Can't give up 2 goals again. That's it's
I think Toulouse is having a rough season at Liga.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're ripe for the picking to find our shooting form again.
Yeah, they're at the bottom of the table.
Yeah.
I think Sporting's a little harder because young boys are the current
boys are good,
and they're in first place right now.
Yeah.
So they're playing with confidence. They're going to play at home. So they're going to go after Sporting. It's if Sporting can take advantage of the spaces that they concede, then get it great on the road. But I feel good about playing them at home.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just about getting a draw or something on Thursday. Something to keep it close, and then let's decide at the Alvalade. That's the beauty of having the second leg at home. That's why I like having the second leg.
That's the reward for winning the group. So, for finishing higher. Yeah.
Exactly. Now, Jason, is Amadora coming up, and then Arsenal.
The big dogs. They're in form, man. It's you already know what Porto's gonna do. Porto's gonna pack it in. let Arsenal come to them and just play for the transition and counterattack. That's all they can do and all they will do. I would love
But
to
you
say
feel
Porto.
that it is different when they play in Europe.
Yeah,
It is different.
they're a much better team in Europe. I don't know what it is. Even guys like Galeno, who's been having a poor season in the league, has been a stud in Champions League.
No, I know
Even
that's
though
why I
since
hate him.
They get
Because
more room to
he
play.
doesn't get any points in my
The
fantasy
other
league. And
teams
then he
give you
goes out
more
there and
room
plays.
in
Yeah.
Europe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the problem is right when you're the Giants of Portugal,
Yeah.
right? Every single team's gonna play anti-jogo and they're gonna pack it in,
That's it.
and they're just gonna wait for the transition. But now
Mhm.
Porto is that smaller team, so now they're the ones on the transition. So they want to make Arsenal's life hell, so that's probably where Sergio thrives as a coach, right?
Yeah, they can do it.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, the key is don't let up an early one like you did against
Yeah.
Soroka, right? Minute one, if there's a goal, the floodgates are open.
Especially in
half,
a knockout round with
Yeah.
aggregate, you can't.
Yeah, Porto's got to play it minute by minute. But yeah, I mean, I love these games because Porto always has that fighting chance in them, especially in the Champions League. Like they're just that team that just has the dog. Like I haven't seen it in the league, but for some reason it still appears in the Champions League. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
This club is confusing.
Yeah.
We'll see.
And,
We'll see.
And it was official, right? They made it official. They post a picture and everything for Taremi to Inter.
So they're saying, yeah.
Thank you. He should have been going in September. What are we doing, Porto administration?
Yeah, that deal it should have been done in September, and then,
Dude,
the broker wanted more cut when it came time to make the deal. He wanted more. Yeah, it's exactly what it was.
It's disgraceful though. But
yeah, it's third party.
The guy's been occupying space on the field all season, and it's been nothing but negative, man. I'm sorry, I cannot point out one game where I'm like, he has been player of the match in that match.
Nothing.
I don't even care if he won the award.
Yeah,
he looks like he doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want to be there.
Especially now, if he does have that contract in place.
Oh yeah,
the rest of the season just gets washed.
Oh, and then last game he plays, beautiful.
And you know what? It happened. I know this happens a lot, right? But it just happened here in Peru in the Liga Uno. Gremio came for one of our wingers, Brian Reina. Gremio, not any other team. Gremio, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the guy said, "No, we're not selling you." It's like, what? You're not gonna sell me now? What? And the guy made, huge waves. And of course, he played poorly the rest of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And now, just in December, they sold him to Belgrano, the Córdoba. It's just a team in the Argentina Super League that is just miles and miles away from what Gremio is, right?
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? He went to Argentina, and he is just crushing defenders. He is just amazing. That's the play that we were looking for. And that happens, man. It happens when you're not happy.
Yeah.
When you're not happy in one place, you're not gonna perform well.
Are you making fun of me?
Of course.
Are you making fun of me? Because now Fran Navarro is going to go score 20 goals in the second half of the season for Olympiacos.
Wolves 2.0 Olympiacos.
And then
Carmen's
is going to be man of the match every other match over there.
No, I mean, Mikey, don't say Wolves because Jason might feel something.
By next season, Vlaco Dimos is going to be Olympiacos' goalie. Now that he's the third at Forest and they have the same owner. Yeah. Literally, we're going to know every player on that team.
Right.
Carvalho's already gone, though.
Yeah. They're gonna have to change the
the
uniform for the Portuguese national team, man.
Yeah. So I believe the owner owns Rio Ave, and then he models his business model after Porto, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
So yeah. And like the football operations and stuff, they have Portuguese guys in the background. Yeah.
So they fired Carvalho, though, right? He's gone.
Yeah, he's gone, but that doesn't matter because the Portuguese staff is still there. They're not going anywhere. He loves his Portuguese.
My God, man! Wow. Hey guys, but what about the? Do you guys don't watch any of the teams at the bottom of the table? The Chaves games. The what is this? The other one? Vizela, I didn't watch Vizela because they played today. That it was too much.
I
Hey,
caught
they won. They won.
the Moreirense, that 1-0 victory over Chaves. That was a beautiful that like half volley goal. That was nice.
Ooh, it was just fun. So Sorizo. That's the
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, that was a nice goal. Yeah.
It was fantastic. And you know what? Well, I'll do the show for the weekly review on Goal TV is Portugal. In the last month and a half, Hugo de Sousa has been on the top 3 best saves of the week, man. Every single week, man, for Chavez. I'm telling you, I don't know what's going to happen with Chavez. Probably most likely they're going to be relegated, but that guy, he's going to land a job in a better team next season for sure, man.
Yeah.
That goal is just fantastic, man. Fantastic. Oof, man. It was I really I was calling the games, right, and it was crazy because who played first? Benfica played first, right, and then
Sporting played first, right?
No, Sporting played first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they did.
Oh, look
Yeah.
at this! Look at who's here, man! Look at Mauricio here, man. Jesus, what happened with my right here?
That
right
was
there.
Yeah, they're still going down.
They're a player.
So what again?
They're still going down, Vizela, I think.
They're still going to go down, but yeah, I mean, I heard.
Yeah, I think that.
Lots of them. Yeah.
Man, it's just the same. But all right, guys, we're gonna go now, of course, with the predictions for next week, for next round. Hopefully, I don't miss games this time, right? Just let me know.
Yeah.
every week, man. I don't know why I'm missing at least a couple of games. All right. Jesus, the first one is Porto's playing first, right?
You missed 3.
Crap.
We're off to
But I'm looking at the wrong thing.
Friday we got Fama and Rio Ave.
Yep.
Vamos Rio Ave. All right.
Friday.
Who you take, Mikey, on that one?
Famalicão, 2-1.
Fama 2-1. Derek?
I'm going to go 1-1.
1-1. Jason?
0-0. Deadlock.
Oh, okay. I wanna say Fama. I wanna say Fama 1-0 with John Dercadis.
I knew you were going to say that. I was waiting for you guys to say
All right. Next one. Chavez Boavista. Ooh. You know what? Chavez is gonna win this.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Chavez is gonna win this. All right.
2-1
Of course, with 2-1 Chavez. Let's put a brace on Hector Hernandez. That's it.
I'm going to go 2-1 Chavez as well. I got
2-1 Chavez. All right, everybody has confidence in Chavez. Okay,
I'll take Boavista on this one. I'll take Boavista on this one.
Killing me.
All right.
I should have worn my Chaves jersey.
I know.
Next episode, I'm wearing my Chaves jersey. If they win next episode, I'm wearing my Chaves jersey.
Okay.
So my dad's from, so I gotta represent.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at this.
Totally.
Portimonense Vitória Guimarães in Portimão. I'm sorry, Portimonense. They're gonna take you down. They're gonna. So. Yeah. I don't think that they're gonna have any mercy on them, and I think it's gonna be another at least 3 goals from Vitória. I want to say 3-1 that one for Vitória. Jason?
Yeah, I second that. I'm with you. 3-1. I'm convinced.
I'm gonna go 2-1. I think it's gonna be it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a cagey affair, but Vitória will win.
I'll say 2-0 to Vitória.
No Vitória. All right. What's next now? It is now it's Porto.
Now it's
Porto Estrela. At the Do Dragão Stadium, Jason, you gotta bounce back, right? There's no other option. I mean, there are no other options, but didn't want to mention.
Either that or you disband the club, right?
Right.
What's the point of all the history? Just get rid of the club. Yeah, I'm gonna go 3-0 Porto on this one. They need to come out with fire and Sergio basically needs to threaten their lives. Kidnap all their wives, lock them up. Like if you don't win, you don't get them back. Too. Like I don't know. At this point, do something crazy. Get mafia. Like I don't care.
Yeah.
You need to turn this around.
Derek.
I'm gonna go 2-0. Yeah.
2-0. Mikey.
I say 3-0 Porto.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 3-1. I'm gonna say a goal from Leito Java from Estrella. Casapia Arouca.
Gotta keep it going, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be 5 in a row now.
5 in a row.
Yeah.
5 in a row.
Yeah.
In a row is coming.
Yeah.
5 in a row for Arouca.
They just fired their coach too, so
From
Casapia
Casapia, right?
fired their coach.
They finally got their stadium approved. The construction project finally got approved. They can play at home in 2025, 26. They can play at home.
Yeah.
So, we have to stay.
Hopefully
They have to
they
stay in the
comply,
division
right?
till then, but yeah, that's the municipal government of Lisbon for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very.
Wow.
3 years later, they finally got their permit approved.
Jesus.
Yeah, Arouca
Like
wins.
it's like
Yeah.
Beckham. Not like Beckham with Inter Miami, right?
Yeah.
I give it to Arouca 2-1.
Arouca, yes.
Yeah, 2-1.
That 2-1.
2-1 seems right to me too. Yeah.
I want to say 3-1.
Okay.
3-1.
That's fair.
3-1. Yeah. All right. Next, it is boom, boom, boom. Estoril G. Vicente.
No, didn't you?
In Estoril.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Same time.
I say 2-2 on this one. 2-2. Derek.
I am going to agree with you. I think it's going to be 2-2. I'm going to go. Yeah. I think Ishtil's defense is a little soft, so I think Gil Vicente can get 2 by.
Mikey.
I say 2-1 Estoril just because Gil Vicente just lost to Vizela, so I have to take a half a point away from him for losing to Vizela. So
First win.
yeah,
now,
you never want to be the team somebody ends a streak on. I mean,
And then next one is you guys talking about Vizela. You bring Vizela.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't crush Vizela, I don't.
Define crush.
5-0. This game's 5-0. This game's 5.
I have a lot less confidence in that. I'm gonna say 2-0.
I'm
gonna say 5-0.
Especially with the game Thursday, another game.
Are you Mike Gomez now?
No,
Are
but
you Mike Gomez?
we got a game Thursday, a game Sunday, a game Thursday. These things don't usually lead to 5-0 games. So, no, they're gonna manage the game. I think.
Okay,
they're gonna manage it and play to a 2-0 draw, a 2-0 win.
I see where Mikey's coming from. I'm with Mike. That one 2-0. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I want to say 3-0. All right, 3-0. Jason says 5. I say 3. Let's see, 5. All right, next it is Braga Farense. And
it's gonna be that's tough.
They're in the same boat. They
especially because they're. I mean, I don't know what's going on with Braga when they're playing at home this season. They compromise half of the games that they play at the Municipal de Braga. 5 of the 10 of the games that they play, they drop points. And so I see this happening again, I think. I want to say 2-2 on this one.
I'm going to say an ugly 1-0 win.
Right, Ricardo Horta from the penalty. A penalty from Ricardo Horta.
Yeah, I mean, Ricardo Horta was a non-factor on Sunday. Oh, he was just.
I know.
Non-existent.
Nothing from King Ricardo. Jesus, man. Mikey, what do you say on this one?
This one's going to be 2-1 Braga. Simon Banza's back from AFCON, so he's going to probably come off the bench and score the winner.
Yeah, I give it 2-1. I'm
Simon
with you.
says it's a goal, baby. Simon
Yeah.
says it's a goal.
Yeah, 2-1.
All right. 2-1, Braga.
Yeah, I mean, I think we won nothing. Ugly.
And do I miss the Monday game, or is it a Monday game? Yeah. Oh, yes, it's the Monday game.
yes.
Moreirense.
Yeah, it is Monday. Yeah.
Moreira de Conegos. You know what's funny? That stadium, man. Why they put in the name so freaking long, man? Comendador Joaquín
It's the name of the town.
The third and the fifth and the fourth generation, and then Moreira de Conegos. Jesus, man, it's just too long.
Yeah.
But Mr. Gomez, go.
It's 2-1.
Give 2-1.
Sporting will win 2-1.
2-1. All right.
Yeah,
Jason says
I'm
3,
thinking 3. I had the same.
3-0.
Yeah.
It's 3-0. Sporting. This won't even be a game.
That's it.
I have the same.
This one won't be. 3-0.
Benfica tied there, and Porto got out of there with a 2-1 win. It's a tough place to play.
Yeah, but Sporting's form right now is just.
Yeah, Sporting's on fire.
Yeah.
They're not an exciting team, but I think they're well organized. I mean,
they were more solid before the New Year took off, man.
Yeah.
Because
they don't seem like as strong as they were before.
Yeah.
They seem to be trending downwards. They do. But
I think one of these is going to score one. So I'm going to take 3-1 on Sporting on this one. 3-1. Monday Night Soccer with the Lions.
Yeah, I will be there.
All right, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming up and doing this review of this spectacular round 21. Of course. I'm sorry. Do I have the song still here? Do I play it? Do I have to play it again? Maybe. Could I?
I believe.
Just for fun. Where you go? Right here.
You can. It's very.
It's cutting in and out.
Oh my god.
There you go.
Now I can turn it off. All right. No. See you guys. See you next week.
All right. Thanks for having us, Nito.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.